joined the running club, you found the person with the spark, you checked your list, you hired them. Now, how do you keep the business running smoothly? We are moving to segment 7, love languages.
This is based on Gary Chapman's famous work, but the Tracys have some really interesting original takes on it, particularly regarding gender and early childhood development.
Yeah, let's talk about the physical touch discussion, because this felt very real and honestly a bit heartbreaking.
David argues that physical touch is the default language for all human babies. Skin-to-skin contact is literally survival. If you don't hold a baby, it fails to thrive.
But as we grow, that changes drastically.
Christina notes that men disproportionately favor physical touch as their primary love language in adulthood, and she has a psychological theory on why that is.
What's the theory?
She suggests that as boys hit puberty, parents and society in general stop touching them. We stop cuddling teenage boys, we stop holding their hands, we pull away to let them toughen up and be men.
So they go from a touch-rich environment as children to an absolute touch desert as teenagers.
Exactly. And so, for many men, sex becomes the only socially acceptable form of physical touch and intimacy they are allowed to receive. It becomes the only time they are truly held.
That entirely reframes the whole men only want one thing stereotype. It's not just a biological drive for sex. It's a deep starvation for connection.
Correct. It's a fundamental craving for human intimacy that has been funneled into a single narrow channel because all the other channels were closed off by society.
That is profound. Now, what about Brian himself? What's his love language?
Brian is all about words of affirmation, which makes perfect sense for a professional speaker and author.
He calls it pouring syrup over people.
He believes in generous, lavish praise. He starts his seminars by looking at the audience and telling them they are the elite top 10%. He tells his kids they are the absolute best. He believes that building people up with words is the ultimate gift you can give.
It ties right back to that Dale Carnegie rule. Make people feel important. If you pour syrup on people, they tend to be a lot sweeter to you in return.
It works, but the most profound point in this entire segment is about children. Brian references a book called How to Really Love Your Child by Ross Campbell, and he drops a line that I think every single parent needs to hear.
Children spell love T-I-M-E.
Time. Not toys, not expensive vacations, not video games. Time.
And not just being in the same room while you're scrolling on your phone and they are watching an iPad.
No. They talk about the Tracy family tradition, dinner together every night, no television, head-to-head, knee-to-knee conversation.
That is deeply intimate.
It is. Brian cites a Harvard study claiming that a child's character is largely formed right there at the dinner table. That daily exchange of ideas, the active listening, the eye contact, that is where they learn who they are and that their voice actually matters.
It's the scarcest resource we have. If you give someone your time, you're giving them a literal chunk of your life that you can never get back. That is the ultimate currency.
Absolutely. If you want to invest in a relationship, you don't invest money, you invest time.
Which brings us to our final segment today, the absolute root of it all,